There we go. And we're live. So what's up, guys? And we're back. Episode 17. We got Brandon here. What's up, man? What's going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Episode 17 has been a journey so far. Glad to be here.
Definitely. Right. So we had to push back the start a little bit, Just had to put it back a little bit, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong with that.
How's the weather over there for you, man?
Say again?
How's the weather over there for you?
Weather has been lovely. All that snow that was there starting to melt away. It's like, damn, you've been here for weeks. One good day, most of it's gone. I love to see it. Had to wear the hoodie in the morning. Didn't need it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Let's keep this going.
Yeah. I see the boys out there on the bikes.
Mm-hmm.
They were out there, man. All the bikes were out today,
Yep. Everybody, please be safe out there, whether you're on a bike, whether you're walking, whatever it is. It's warm weather, but things can get dangerous.
And this is when it normally happens, man. It'd be these warm days, I was thinking about that today. So think about this, right? You ever notice when it get hot or the first real hot day? I noticed in Hartford or in Connecticut, there's always shooting.
It can't be helped, It's cold weather. You ain't got no reason to be out on these streets. You ain't got no reason to bump into somebody you beefing with. But a nice day like today, everybody's out. You end up running into somebody you don't like, somebody you had a long-standing issue with. Part of the nature of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
That's the thing I don't like about the beginning of summer because even though I know it doesn't have anything, it's like when it get really hot, you know what I'm saying? Everybody out to get each other, like whoever is beefing, and now it's like, they catch you lurking, or you try to play basketball, and they shoot up the court, and they hit somebody, every year,
Yep.
Every year, but hey, guys, if you got beef, just let it go. But who am I to tell
worth
people
your life?
Yeah, so people gonna be here shortly. Let's roll into the first one. Oh, let's do a quick refresher for you. I had a follow-up video. Oh man, I didn't download the follow-up video, but let's get into the first one. Here we go.
All right.
Kansas just passed the law overnight that states that trans individuals must surrender their driver's license, pretty much stating that if your license do not match your assigned birth, you will be criminalized. No grace period, not a week, not a couple days like this. And that is an issue, a huge issue. It's a humanity issue. Y'all are worried about the wrong things. You're worried about how trans people show up when you need to be worried about other things in your state. Pretty much making it illegal for trans people to exist in the state. I just feel like people need to be real. It was never about the children. It was never about protecting women. It was all about control.
So, after seeing that video, what's your thoughts?
So after seeing that video, no, we are not, sir. But that individual must be part of the LGBTQ PS5 HDMI community. So, big whoop. You gotta get a license with your born sexual orientation, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Okay.
I mean, we can all identify as something, but at the end of the day, hey, if it's not how you're born and you got to give your license up, you want to drive, you do what you have to do. You go according to the laws of your state,
Okay. Yeah. The way how they made it sound, though, you know what I'm saying? I think it sounds political. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because the way how the person is describing it, it comes off like, it's detrimental to them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Is it? I can't call it. You know what I'm saying? I really can't call it.
It does go back to like, what's the reasoning? What are you hoping to accomplish by making this happen? You know, it's a license. What does it matter? Person on there is identified by a name. What more do you need?
Okay.
DR, what's happening? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I apologize.
No, you're good. You're good. We just started.
Yeah, you here, man. You
I put you back half an hour.
All right.
You ain't missed nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. I was setting up. I was setting up P. So.
Okay.
So I had to push it about like half an hour, but. But yeah, going back to that main one, the topic on hand was
pizza.
Yeah, I think it's political. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's mixed, yo. I'll be honest. It's mixed. I'll be honest. Because I can see where some people try to protect or live out a certain thing, but hey. I don't know. I really don't know that one. So, Di, quick question while you just came in, right?
What's up, man?
Having like your assigned sex on a license. What's your thoughts on that? Like, does that help or does it not help? I'm trying to figure out and it's not about transgender. Like, why? So my question, I'm thinking logically is like, why do we put the sex on the license? I know it was designed to help male, you differentiate between male and female, but you know, what's your thoughts on that?
I think the enemy has a plan from the beginning. So like it was everything, you know how things are now. I don't know if you remember last week when when I sent you that thing and we went through it. They said drip by drip, everything is going to happen in a slow process. So there was never a confusion of male and female, but the agenda for the future was always there.
Okay. I get you.
Yeah.
Because we just played a video where I think they've made it mandatory. I can't remember the state for you to basically to put what you were assigned with that birth on the ID, and it was like a hard date. They don't care. You got to go do it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like I said, it was drip by drip, man, and we see it unfolding.
Yeah. I think it would help certain people, but still, people find ways to get around it.
Yeah.
Because because let me tell you what I thought for a few, right? First, when I thought about it, I thought people would use it, and people did use it to disguise what they are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this. For a guy that don't know, a female could pull it out and be like, well, this is my information. You know what I'm trying to say? And he could believe it based on that information. So I thought that was a little bit. I don't even know what's the right word for it. Misleading.
Confusion, all confusion.
Yeah. Because a guy could be like, I checked the ID and the ID, you know what I'm saying?
It's all confusion. It's to throw you in a state of confusion.
So it's like even that itself is could be falsifying, but I could also see on the flip side that somebody is like, yo, they not trying to confuse nobody. They just want to live their lifestyle the way how they want to. And you know what I'm saying? Where they ain't troubling nobody, they don't got no ill will. And you know what I'm saying? You look at the license, you be like, Tim. You know what I'm saying?
I was looking at a documentary earlier, and it was saying about the transgenders in prison. I don't know if it was like a TikTok or something like that. And the female who was, or a guy was in prison, said that, you know, they catch you hard in prison. for the simple fact because of who they are and, you know, what they stand for. So, you know, and it was like, you know, it's just a state of confusion. I mean, if you want to live your life, go ahead and live your life. But if there's consequences in prison for you living your life and you know, you portray a certain persona, that's kind of crazy. You know, that's like, you know, there's consequences just because who you choose to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was, you know, the person said that, you know, somebody came in and pretty much saved their lives because they said every person that the guards throw in there don't come out alive.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I mean, you know, it's a state of confusion. I feel bad for those types of consequences because nobody deserves that, regardless, you know, how you choose to live your life. You know, but yeah, it's all a state of confusion. And the Bible
You
says,
know,
"God is not the author of confusion."
as you mentioned that, it definitely reminds me of you know, the flip side to it, where you have the trans women who are just having a ball in prison. And it's like, that's crazy, just taking advantage of the situation. You know, you know, everything that they're doing to the women that are, you know, born female, like, it's wild. It's wild on the other side of that.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, because they take advantage of them being lonely, and some, you know, women are always in their feelings, and, you know, a woman probably can cater to a woman's feelings more than a man could because they think more alike than different. You know, so they probably can relate because, you know, women talk to each other and stuff like that. So, you know, they feel that there's a genuine friend there. You know, as men, we interpret things what they say. You know, we interpret it a different way. You know, because we're problem solvers. You know, they're listeners and all of that stuff. You know, it's all confusion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
And you got the people that do take advantage of it too, like I was saying, where the guys want to go to the lady prison, and they get accepted.
Everybody end up pregnant.
They have a field day, having a field day. But you see the difference though for the ladies that say they are. When they go to jail, they're like, no, they switch up real quick. They're like, no, we're not doing that in jail. But yeah, but I thought that was a good one I wanted to present.
You just made to say.
Let me roll into the next clip. I gotta remember this.
So I wanted to say, I think something that's been really, really hard for me is having to sit in the realm of education, sitting in, you know, like the public school system, and just watching Black children destroy themselves, not only at the hands of themselves but at the hands of their parents. I think that is probably one of the most disheartening things to experience as a young Black woman myself, and it honestly is like propelling me to leave. Like, I just genuinely feel like I cannot be a witness to this. Like, I cannot be a witness to the demise of the next generation and of our future because there's just a lack thereof.
So that was a clip of a young lady describing her situation in the school system, right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this one? So basically, let me add a little more context. Well, she's basically describing she wants to leave the school system because she see where, like, parents and like the lack of education in the school system, for a lack of or better words, is kind of on a bad side, and she can't help. You know, she feel helpless or hopeless. She wants to help, but it's like, I've seen that too, but yeah, it's like you want to help a group of people, but you can't help them, so you feel hopeless, so you don't want to be in that position.
Let me take that. That it hurts me to my soul because unfortunately I lived through that as well. I went to Martin Luther King Elementary School in Hartford. I ended up, going to Fox, going to Weaver, left and went to Howard University, and came back. And one of the jobs that I had, I was a truancy case manager at elementary school at Martin Luther King. So it was nice to come back to my alma mater, but to see the way it was after all them years, it was heartbreaking because you have a lot of kids who go to school and they don't understand the topic. So what do? They act out. They distract other people. They looking to get kicked out of class. And it's just like, yo, I know why you're doing this, but like, you got to stop yourself from being your own worst enemy. Or you would have the kids where the parents are coming to school and they wouldn't give a damn. It's just like, this is babysitting for 6 hours. Yeah. You can't deal with them. Like, I got to deal with them when they come home. You can't deal with them. And so from where I sit, it's like, I understand where the girl's coming from, where you don't want to be a witness to it. You don't want to be a part of it. But at the same time, in walking away, you are one of the people that can help turn a kid's life around. Even if it's just one person encouraging that kid to say, hey, you may not understand what the prison, the school to prison pipeline is, but I'm telling you that this is how you're heading out if you keep going. You might be able to change it. But the thing is, even if you don't, you still got to try. I had to go through that for over a year, dealing with truant kids for whatever reason. And it's rough. 100% is rough because you know that this is the future. That this kid who ain't in class, acting out, getting suspended, that this could be the next kid that's in jail. This could be the next kid that's dead. But if you don't do your part and try, you're making sure that happens. So it's just rough on all people involved, but you got to try 100%.
I like that. That's a good response. You want to go, Drake, or I could go?
Go ahead. I'll go after you.
All right, cool. So I could second that. Sorry. One of the things that, as an educator, that you would notice is you got to meet the kids. And one of the things I was fortunate to have was the ability to, I had the ability to construct my classes or conduct my classes however I wanted because I ran the program. So I could try stuff. I had the ability to try stuff. Not a lot of teachers have that ability to try things. So when it fails, it's all on you. You know what I'm saying? So if they try and it don't work, it's back to the drawing board and it's on you. So in her position, one lesson that I actually did a speech in Toastmasters for is redesigning how people see or whatever you teaching, So one of the instances where I had a class where I was new to these like 20 students and I couldn't reach them, you know what I'm saying? I was young, I was different, and I had to get through to them. And one of the things I had to do was I had to find something that they like or they resonated with, figure that out. Once I figure it out, make that the center or the focus point, then build my work on top of that. And that's how I kind of broke through to them. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of find something that resonates with them, then get there, build that little bond. But it's hard though. It's hard. Teaching ain't easy. It ain't for the weary, man. It's not.
I as you were saying, I was just thinking, how do you manage that? And then you still have a curriculum that you have to keep up with and the schedule that they want certain things done. I pray, and when I pray every night, I pray for educators as well, because parenting we have to look at our parents, and I'm saying us as a community, not individually. You just got to look at the parents in this. That went kind of downhill throughout the years, starting in the 70s where our parents are wild, running loose. And then in the 90s, us running wild and loose. And now in the 2000s is way more weird than we just see it going downhill, going downhill with the parent and students, and then they just send their kids off to the school for the teachers to if they can't be maintained at home, more than likely they're not going to be maintained at school. But you have some of those educators who it's their calling to educate, their passion to educate, and those special people find ways, like you said, like you do, to get through to these kids, or some of these kids, at least one or two. You're good. You're. I don't believe in luck, but you're lucky if you can get to one and two and thrust them in the direction that they use, because you see their potential. And every kid is bright in their own way. And what I've come to learn is every kid doesn't learn the same.
Nah.
So you can't just have a curriculum and think everybody's gonna, this the curriculum is teach this, write this down, whatever, give them their test. And every kid doesn't. Like me, I learn math by you give me the answer, I go back and see how you got the answer, go back and pick the answer apart. Whereas you doing it on the board and in order and the way they wanted me to learn it, I didn't learn it that way. I'll go back in the back of the book and get the answer. They get in the back of the textbook, they had the answers from the odd ones, and the even ones sometimes. So I go back in the textbook and I look for one of the answers, and I'll be like, all right, well, how do they get this from these components or whatever is there? But I was not in special ed, but my mom always made sure that I had one of those classes where it was like a study hall, but it was a person there that I got one-on-one.
Okay.
Because there was classes that I really didn't. If I didn't click with the teacher, I didn't. I went in the class, I put my head down. I didn't bother nobody. She didn't kick me out. She just let me. But she knew the person that I would go to for help, because me and her didn't click, or me and him didn't click, or whatever. But there was only one teacher I did like that. But the rest of them, I took a liking to or respect for, and every kid doesn't learn the same. And all my kids are 5 different personalities or 9 different personalities if you include my stepkids. Everybody got a different me. Not everybody understands that, but somebody may look at it as like, you treat this person better or whatever. I don't have to discipline that one as much as I have to discipline this one. So I don't have to be as stern with this one as I have to do this one.
Yeah.
This one is going to challenge me, so I have to be more stern. And some people may have looked at it in a different light, as I favored this one or that one, but that wasn't the case. I knew that, okay, I can ask this one to do the dishes one time and it's going to get done. This one is going to challenge me. If I do the dishes, say walk it, do the dishes and go in the room, it ain't going to get done. So I pray for educators every day, man. Because they have a hard task, man, and some see the evil, some see the enemy's work in the curriculum, and maybe that's a challenge within itself.
Yeah.
With the agendas that they're pushing out today, and that's like, okay, I can't be a part of this, because it's your job to push what they're telling you to push, and you're like, man, this is not what I want to do.
Yeah.
That's another perspective. So it's tough. It's tough, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's tough. That's tough. I try to, when I do teaching, I try to stick with the teenagers, because I know everybody's different, and I try to, just like you, I try to find where they are, meet them where they are, and then go from there.
Yeah.
But it may take a little longer, but I don't have a curriculum but the word.
Yeah, that's the curriculum. That is the curriculum. That is.
So, but I feel safe teaching that curriculum. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel good about that. You know what I'm saying? That's not something I have to second guess.
Yep.
So that's just me. That's my opinion.
Look, what I'll say to that before we move to the next thing, everybody that's listening, in regards to this whole topic, listen to the song Second Childhood by Nas. It really speaks to this whole thing. I actually broke it down with one of them kids I was working with.
Second Childhood. Yeah.
Second Childhood.
Sure.
There's a verse about a dude, 31, living in his mom's crib, ex-convict, was paroled there after his mom's bid. The whole thing speaks to the situation because he definitely talks about teachers showing up. No one succeeds. They was paid just to show up and leave. If nobody tries, everybody fails, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Yes.
Nice. I like that. All right, let's roll into the next clip. Here we go.
So I did a 2-day nanny trial for this family that I didn't end up working with because the dad thought it was my job as a nanny to help him wash his car. Okay, here we go. I find this job off Nanny Lane. Nanny Lane is equivalent to like care.com. So it's just a job board for nannies, regular people. You're not going to find too many like $30, $40, an hour jobs. Very typical. $20, $25 is probably the max you'll find on there. So I'm scrolling through. I find one. It said mother looking for help with 3-month-old little girl. I click on it. I think it looked good. Basic help, what she was looking for. She needed help with like the things that wasn't baby related, was helping her with her pump parts and transferring milk from the bottle to bags to put in the freezer. And I said, that's doable. I can do that. And so I click interested, seeing my little message. And so maybe in an hour or so, she hit me back like, hey, Michelle, I am interested in your profile. I think it's impressive. Can you jump on the call? Yeah, I can jump on the call. Yeah. And so we jump on the call. A very nice woman. Told me about the baby, told me about herself, what she does. Then she said she had a husband, but that's all she said about the man. So some people, most women that I talk to, they'll say like, this is what I do, XYZ, and this is what my husband do, XYZ. Then they will kind of explain what the husband does in the household. Like he's a work from home dad, or he works out the home, so he won't be there. You don't have to put, but she didn't say nothing. The husband was almost like null and void. So hell, I'm not here for your husband no way. I'm here for the baby. So fuck him. And so we talked. The phone call went really good. And so she like, when are you available to come and do a trial? Like, are you available sometime this week? Yeah. So 3 days. We had planned the trial for 3 days later. 3 days later, I come pulling up to their house. She lived in Santa Monica. Beautiful home. I feel like they all have beautiful homes, but beautiful home in Santa Monica. I walked through the door, knock. I didn't just walk through the door. I knock on the door, whatever. They come and they say, come in or whatever. I come in. The husband, he looking like, who are you? I'm the owner of this house. That's literally how he looking like, who are you? I was like, hello, like I'm Mimi. And then, I was like talking to the wife, and he just looking, like he's looking at her. I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at him like, you don't know that am I not supposed, this is the wrong house? Like, what the fuck? So she's like, like, babe, like, this is Michelle. Remember I told you about Michelle? Michelle I met her off Nanny Lane, and she's like, I told you I was going to hire somebody to help me with the baby. And he said, I don't remember that. You don't remember that? Okay. I'm looking at her now, because what the fuck you mean? You ain't told this man you hiring help? Okay, whatever. So, first red flag, right? So, I'm not paying it no attention. We go on.
I think you muted. So, I'm going to cut it there. This video goes on a little bit more. So, pretty much, she was hired, and the husband wanted her to wash the car. She was hired to help with the mother.
With the baby.
With the baby.
How the hell did he get to the car? But he didn't even know she got hired. He
I
didn't know
don't
who
think-
she was.
I don't think
Definitely
the
sense a
husband knew
breakdown in
anything
communication.
Yeah, miscommunication. I don't think the husband knew anything about. If he didn't know anything about it, he didn't. He just thought they had a nanny, help around the house. This is what I'm perceiving, not knowing if it's true or not. But
But
they
think
had
about
help
that,
around the
though.
house.
A help around the house washing car.
Yeah, that's absurd. Yeah, that's.
I think he's trying to see how far he could take it.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
Even when it's talking about, the pump parts and this and that, I didn't even bat an eye at it because I'm like, I help out with that. So why not? Why a helper can't help out with that? It's still for the baby, But if it's not said to a man in stone what this individual's there to help for, hey, a helper, come wash my car, bro.
I think my boy was trying to see some tits.
Lord,
Yeah,
Lord.
he was trying to.
Let's get outside. Let's get her wet. You know what I'm saying? He was thinking car wash back in the days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got a 2-piece bikini right here for you. Just go ahead, slip in that. We got some soap suds.
He was trying to get some alone time. Alone time.
I'm just trying to figure out how we went from you never told me that to wash my car.
Exactly.
He's getting some alone time.
What did the kids say today? 6, 7?
Oh, come on, dog. Come on, dog.
What are we doing? Like, how did we get to that? I mean, I think he is trying to push his boundaries because he was locked out and he didn't know that she was coming over there. So he was like, all right, since we got help, I need my car washed.
Yeah.
But even with that, right? Why would he ask her to wash a car?
I mean, look. If I'm paying you $25, $30 an hour to help around the house, you about to make my money's worth.
Hey, you saw what Alex said? That's true. I do see that in a lot of these African shows.
I mean, hey, if it worked for them, if they getting that money and they okay with it, that's a boundary that you saying, hey, all right, boom. But that's what it is, though. You got to be willing to say what you're gonna do and what you're not gonna do.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There's no line drawn. It's almost like they're gonna start taking advantage of her. But I'm wondering, what is she getting paid? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, she said 25.
Did you watch
like 30, 50?
Did you watch the whole clip?
Huh?
Did you watch the whole clip? 12.
I came in and
watch the whole clip because it's 10 minutes. I kind of watched about the same amount that we watch.
But yeah, she said you get no higher than 25, 30.
To it.
No, I didn't get all the way to the end, but I just picked it because of the same scenario. How you go from a babysitter to washing a car?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. He was like, you know what? All right, since you're here to help, I need the car wash. Because realistically, you're going to take his car to a car wash anyway. But why not have you wash it? And hold the baby while you're doing it.
Babysitter. A babysitter and a car washer.
Hold the baby while you're doing it too.
Well, it really comes down to what you're going to do for this $25 to $30 an hour.
Exactly.
Watch the baby.
Because she stated when she got there, the woman said she came to help me with the baby. And, you know what I mean? So he knew that. So he obviously got mad or upset about something and was like, you know what? I need help with this too.
Yeah, wash my car.
Okay. Pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
She might get a tip.
Did she wash the car?
She didn't.
No, I don't know.
It sounded like she walked off after that.
Car.
It sounded like she walked off.
Yeah, she ain't watching.
It was a trial anyway, but she missing out on that money though. I don't even make 25 an hour. Come on, dog.
But you gotta think about it. It's not a full 8 hours though.
I'm watching that cat. $25. It don't matter if it's a full 8 hours. It's a trial.
So let me ask you this: would you rather change poop than wash the car?
Personally, because I done had 3 kids.
Yeah, I mean, we know as fathers it's easy, but
hey, yo,
we look at
bang, boom, you feel me?
Yeah, you do it with one hand. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, you got to think about it. What do you if you're gonna be doing stuff helping her? I don't think washing the car is that hard or that. It's actually you get some time to yourself.
If you act, it's gonna be different if you ask a man or a woman.
I think so.
Was he like out there helping her? The thing is, I'm thinking is, was he like out there helping her wash the car? Like help me wash the car? Or
I think he was
Hey, the hose over there, the soap over there, get to it. Oh, you need a sponge? I'll bring you out one.
He probably gave us some special T-shirts. Hey, won't you change?
We don't know how she was feeling.
Damn it, where's Toya when you need her?
We don't know how she was
chiming in.
We don't know how she was feeling. If she felt like it was a sexual, thing behind it.
Yeah.
Or it depends on how she was feeling about it. Was he like wanted to? Did she feel like he wanted to watch her, or
he wasn't all that
demanding?
She wasn't all that.
Being one
because
of
she really didn't say. She didn't really say if he was super attractive or anything. It was just like the weird meeting, so it could be.
All right, so let me pull it. Let's end this one right here, right? Let's go to this. This is a good one, all right? Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, y'all, let's get to Kim motherfucking Nicole and let's talk about it. So, having a conversation with a couple of people and a question came up. And the girl asked me, she was like, who do I put first, my kids or my man? And I said, me the fuck? Because if I ain't happy, ain't nobody in this bitch gonna be happy. And that's just how I feel about it, and I mean that shit. But next is my kids. And she like, oh no, because your kids could, leave you. Your kids could grow up and leave you. And I'm trying to tell her, like, my nigga could wake up tomorrow and get a better bitch. The fuck? He could wake up tomorrow and pack his shit and leave. What are you talking about? At least my kids gonna wait till they 16 through 18 before they start acting a fucking fool. So, no. My kids is next. And she went off on this whole spiel about why that's the problem and all this. And as I'm listening to her, I realized one thing. Everybody wants you to conform to their ideology of what you should be doing in life. We only get this one chance at life, and for some reason, everybody wants you to conform to what they think is right. And if you don't do what they think is right, they just feel like that you shouldn't be here on this planet, like you shouldn't be alive. Your life has no meaning. And I just want to say, fuck all y'all. Fuck all y'all. Y'all can kiss my motherfucking ass. I'ma wear what I want. Say what I want. Do what the fuck I want. Put who I want first. And there's nothing that nobody can motherfucking say or do about it. Thank ya.
Ain't got no man. Ain't nobody to put first.
Excuse me.
Stop playing with me.
Excuse me. Can't tell her nothing.
So, who comes first in a relationship? Your husband or the kids? Or your wife or the kids?
It's the kids.
I used to think like that too.
Okay, I think what I'm perceiving, what I think about my observation, I think she was talking to somebody that was probably hitting her from a biblical perspective.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she said ideology. Because in the biblical perspective, you got the God, husband, wife, kids. So if somebody's trying to explain that to her and saying, this is the correct way, and the person really believed this is God's order, and then somebody that don't know or came up, if you came up in a single parent home, of course it's your kids first, and if this guy's not the father of your kids and he's just a stepdad or somebody else, the kids come first. You feel me? Like, and if he's husband material, or if he's just somebody there, what I'm saying, she's just laid up with somebody, there's this boyfriend girlfriend living in the modern day world. How we do, of course the kids come first.
That's pretty much the line right there. If you're married, if you're single, you're going to get two different answers.
Two different answers, yeah.
And that's what I was going to say. I don't think she's married, so that's literally her first thinking.
Absolutely.
For sure. She's always good. She's in survival mode, and survival is make sure your kids survive over whoever comes in his house. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's her baby daddy, it's still the kids come first because he's not obligated to her because of a kid, and she's not obligated to him, and he's not obligated to her just because they got kids. You know what I'm saying? That was my thing. To me, I'm going to tell you the truth. I was never faithful until the day I got married, and that was my ideology back then. You know what I mean? Wasn't a great boyfriend at all. You know what I'm saying? Not even close. They didn't know what a boyfriend was, to tell you the truth. But
at least you wanted.
yeah. You know, I let it be known too. Like, I mean, I wasn't like I hid anything, you know what I'm saying? It was like when I got that call, it was like, all right, and I started to read and seeing my whole life out of order, and I gotta put it back in order. I gotta, submit to him. And I'm like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I gotta play these cards that I'm dealt with now. I got to take all this chaos and try to bring it into order. So that was my opinion.
12, I need to hear you.
So I agree. I had to think about this. So different stage in your life is different things. So if you go with your kids, you isolate your wife.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even though in relationships, so there's different stage. Like, let's say when a baby is born, somebody's going to be kind of neglected. If you got, and people go through this when a child is born. So after a lady give birth, the baby needs attention. Either the father gives the baby attention, the mother gives the baby a lot of attention. Somebody feels left out in that situation, right? This is for couples. If you're a single mother, you will never experience that, and that's one of the things they kind of think. But when you're married, somebody kind of, most of the time it's men because they're kind of put on the back burner. That's where infidelity comes in, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, you know what I'm saying? She got the baby, she's spending time, for some dudes, I'm not saying all, some, right? Or on that flip, because that's what I was thinking. I was kind of going through some of the stuff. Or ladies go through postpartum depression, where the men now, we're talking about relationships now, where some men, where the real men know, hey, she going through postpartum depression, I got to step in, be there for the kids while she's on postpartum depression. Because ladies do withdraw hard. Some people don't understand that, but some ladies do go through postpartum depression where, you know what I'm saying, there's like they out of it. You know what I'm saying? You got to step in, be there, and kind of recover everything. So I was looking at it from that point of view, because from the baby side, right? But after the baby makes it out that stage and is walking and talking, the kids go off. If you only live for the kids, and when the kids leave, now you have to turn back to your wife.
Mm-hmm. Complete strangers at that point.
Exactly. So you would want to put your wife first. You and your wife do it together and go for the journey, because that's how I really had to think about it. But this becomes harder as you go through life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because once they're gone, that's how you see these marriage end up certain amount of years, and as the kids leave, it's divorce.
I get it, because you're speaking from a couple or marriage point of view.
Exactly. Yep.
But from her point of view was totally opposite, because I don't think she is thinking relationship at all.
Well, you heard what she said.
Yeah.
She said that her man could just up and leave her.
Yeah. So that's probably used to.
Say the word, but she describes herself in a very,
I think that's what she's probably used to, or what she knows. You know, men coming and going, and I would hope that I hope I'm wrong, but that's what it seemed like. From the little clip that we got of it.
I don't think you're wrong.
Yeah, but I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. But 9 times out of 10, our communities are broken with single parent homes. There's a lot of single dads out there that we don't talk about, as well as single mothers.
Yeah.
From both ends of the stick. You know, men when they are single dad. Me, I was a single dad at my first child. It's different. You know, I protected my daughter at all costs. Like, you know what I mean? She didn't meet none of my girlfriends. Well, I didn't have girlfriends anyway, but, none of my female friends. I think I had maybe 2 relationships outside of my marriage, 2 or 3 relationships. My daughter only probably met one. You know, she's seen them come and go, but there was never a time where, oh, we're doing this together as a family. No, my daughter's going to sleep, then I come get with you. Yeah, it's a lot of the dysfunction that we know and survived on. That's what it is right now. I think that's how she see it. That's how she see life, because that's all she knows.
Cool. I like the direction that you're going. You touched on a point. I want to ask the panel this question, right? Because I had to think about this. And my question is it better with a 2-parent household where you have dad's instruction and you have mom instruction, or is it better with one? Because what I was doing a correlation is, do you think kids turn out better with both? Because if you only have one, you only got to look to one person for advice. You don't need anybody else. And I can see where some kids go astray, because if it ain't from either parent, I'm not going to say mom or dad, some kids, they only look at just that one person as authority. But if they got both, they also got to play that line down the middle where dad said this, mom said this, and it helps them to kind of differentiate. All right, I got to play the middle. So that's kind of where my question going. What are your thoughts on that?
I think statistically, it proves it. Kids with the mother and the father are statistically better off. If you pull up the statistics than a single parent.
I think when both parents are in charge, I think it's better discipline for the kids all around. I think if one parent overpowers the other one, like you said, the kids will look to that one person, and the other person kind of lose authority when they ain't around, But I came from a parent, they were married at one point, but the point I could remember both of them whooping my ass. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at that, it's like, okay, either one of these MFers gonna get my butt. So I know I can't play with neither one of these cats. You know what I'm saying? And uncle gonna do the same thing. My auntie gonna do the same thing. You know,
a village.
Yeah. So I think we were raised differently, but I do think if both parents are strongly involved, it helps everybody out. Because, like, for instance, you're home with the kids acting up. I'm gonna call your mama, or I'm gonna call your daddy. Shoot, I already know by the time daddy come home, I better be in the bed, under the bed, hidden somewhere. If I did something, you know what I'm saying? But I think with the one parent, man, it's just too weak sometimes, and they get over.
Yeah.
Man, listen, I'm gonna say the one parent, and it's only because of my personal experience. My mom raised me, and when I tell you, they say a woman can't raise a man, but goddamn, that woman was tough.
Yeah.
I taken some blows to the chest because a man wanted to try and be big and bold, and then she done put me down, And it's like, when my father was around, because he wasn't in the house, it was cool to have, another figure or whatever, but he didn't have the power.
Yeah.
It was mom I had to answer to. And so a lot of my upbringing and the way I am now is because of that. And I'm raising my kids in the house with my wife, and, she can hold her own, but good Lord, sometimes I'll be like, damn, maybe I need to step out the picture because this ain't working sometimes.
I want to push back a little on that.
Go for it.
Seen a clip today where a guy, he praised his mother for raising him, but he said because his mom was tough and militant, like my mom was, maybe your mom was, a lot of the guys act like their mom because their mom had to be strong, thinking, because she didn't have nowhere around, she didn't want to raise no punk.
Mm-hmm.
That a lot of guys turn out with anger issues because they're acting out just like their mom acted out with them.
Yep.
Those are the ones that quick to shoot because they pop off right away because mom had to pop off because you were a male. And before you know it, you were going to be bigger than him. So my mom was a single parent, so she was militant. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We got the knives thrown at us.
What?
The boiling. Yeah.
Knives?
Yeah. If you didn't get out the way, the weed was out the door. We ran. She and she was a subtle one. She walked up to you real subtle and that punch you right in your gut. Boom.
Wow.
And all you could do was bend over and laugh. And I choke at the same time. But the clip that I saw today, it was funny that this came up. The guy was like, a lot of men deal with their anger issues because their mom was really hard on them. And a lot of those guys are in prison because that's all they know is mom popping off and being really rough with them. That was like kind of flip side of it. It can go either way, where a mom can raise a well-respected young man, because that is possible. Me and you are products of that. Or there's other products of moms, popping off, and the guys are in jail because of mom and the attitude and the roughness that they thought they were just surviving to not raise a punk in their mind,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it could go either way. So
you think the moms push them in that direction?
That from his perspective, that's what he was saying, and I can kind of agree. There are a lot of men out there like that.
What do you say about that, Brandon?
Well, I mean, I got anger issues, but I know it's my dad's fault.
Wait. Mama raised you, but you gonna go throw dad under the bus?
Yo, listen, I look in the mirror and I see my old man, and when I hear about the things he did, I'm like, damn, that's where it came from. All right.
So I wanted to add to that, right? So
good.
So what DR said is true to a certain degree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because ladies act off of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you get that instance, that impulse is like that quick impulse because it's feeling based. Your feelings are hurt, right? Yep. Most guys don't act like that. You know what I'm saying? No. Guys are violent by nature, but they don't go off of feeling because guess what? If you put two dudes that are tough, they ain't gonna really fight right away.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna fight because they know the end result.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They know, so they gonna talk. They're like, yo,
logic.
Don't treat me like that. Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But dudes that don't know how to talk, they react to feeling. Oh, he hurt my feeling. Switch.
Like mom. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I seen that. Yo, I remember one time I was like, yo, I seen two like dudes, like these two dudes were bad. And I'm like, oh, they about to let this junk go. No, let me holler at you, play. I'm like, what? What happened to the click? You know what I'm saying? But no, it's like, player, let me holler at you. Let me. And I was like, yo, that's the first time I seen like two real bad dudes. It's like, yo, no, let me talk to you. And they went, they talked, miscommunication, yo. I was like, whoa. That, and I seen that. That was the but I thought they was going to air it out, but no, they talked. But two of them were big in their own right. See what I'm saying?
I'm no punk bitch.
So I mean, I think the guy that was in the clip said that he said the same thing you just said. He said the guys that were raised by their fathers are pretty cool because they think they had their father there to actually talk to them and teach them logic instead of feelings.
Yeah.
So it's a blessing if you got them both, man. It's regardless of how the outcome it was or whatever. If they're both there, even if they're not together, they're both putting in that work. It's a blessing.
So you guys touched on something. I was saving this question, right? We talk about it probably a little bit more, but here was the question that was posed to me 2 weeks ago in a world religion class, right? It was saying most African countries are matriarchy than patriarchy. So in most like churches, so America, the black churches has been the only institution that like helped raise a lot of minority people, but most of it was mainly because of women. And this was due to some of the contributing factor. We're not saying the only factor. Some of the contributing factor to this is ladies running things. And I had to sit and think about it because it was saying in most African countries it's matriarchy, and in most Western thing it's patriarchy. And I was like, I had to sit there and think about it. But if you look at it, most black household is mainly matriarchy, ladies running the household. So guys don't have that sense of what a patriarchy actually look like.
Yeah.
Most men don't know what it is. So every black guy go out there and be like, oh, I'm gonna be a man, but most of their household been matriarchy, not patriarchy.
Yeah. I mean, you got to look at it at the construction after slavery, the breakdown of the family. Where if you go back to slavery, they took the man out the house, and they just in modern times they do it in a different way.
Yep.
Taking a man out the house with the welfare and all of that. You couldn't have a man in the house to receive government assistance and all of that. So. And they gave most minority women Section 8, they gave it to them. Sorry, in order for you to keep the Section 8, you can't have no man in this house. And if you have a man in this house, they double up on your rent. They double up on, they make it unaffordable for you to have. And if you work a certain amount of hours, you can't get to Section 8. I know people that would not work a full-time job so they can keep their Section 8. So it's a mental breakdown from slavery that they continued to do in a different way. Same thing, just in a different way. They modernized it, and we're dealing with that. Not saying that we all have to, but a lot of people fall by the wayside because of the program.
Yeah, but I think what was in the 60s or the 70s when they really started bringing those programs out, because before that, the black Americans or black people in this country, a lot of them were married.
Yeah. So
I think like the late 60s when feminism and stuff started coming in, and then once all that stuff rolled in, they started separating.
And we had the families that had 10, 12 kids back then in the 60s.
Oh yeah.
Now what's that? Everybody wants 2.5. What's that?
Listen, me and Joe's great grandmother had 15 kids.
Exactly. My grandmother had 12, and
they had strong. After that, everybody had at least 5.
Yeah, at least.
And it's crazy. And now when you look at, and they stayed together back then.
And stayed together. Stayed together.
But now the government make it so affordable for them to stay in their own. Plus, they want a different household vote. They do all kind of stuff going on there.
All types of stuff. All types of stuff, and it's by design. And unfortunately, a lot of people do fall by the wayside, and a lot of people wake up and be like, "Listen, I'm not going to be that person that my mother or father was. I'm going to try to break this cycle." A lot of people snap out of it and then be like, my thing was, I knew I was going to be there for my kids. So I didn't know how to father my kids. I may have overprotected, overdid everything because I didn't know any boundaries of not, when to stop overdoing something. But I know I gave them what I didn't have.
Right.
So I'm learning as I go. Now that they're all grown, still learning. You know, still learning because I found out as they get older, they need you a little bit more.
Yeah, that's till you die, brother.
Yeah, till you die. Yeah,
that's till you die. It goes on.
Yeah, still learning, man. But and it's good to have somebody that's I can look at, like my pastor, model his family the way he did. I mean, not saying that I want my family to be like his, but I have somebody that I can look at or go to, like, yo, listen, my dynamics is way different than his, but there's some type of model there.
Yeah, you got a template. Yeah,
you got a template for sure. And me, I would never, when I talk to anybody that's married, like I have friends that are married, male and female, I always encourage them to work it out. Work it out. Don't go that route. Work it out. Work it out. Stay. But on the same note, I would never tell you to do something that I'm not willing to do. You know what I mean? I've been separated 8 years. If I'm going to try to work it out, I'm going to tell you to work it out. I don't care what happened in between, whatever. Go work that out. But that's not for everybody. Not everybody can take that type of. I know I can't tell everybody that,
No.
But I know that. I know I can't tell everybody that. But there's some things. There's people that there's lines that's going to be crossed. People are not coming back from that. And I know that. But for the most part, work that out. If you could work it out, bro, work it out.
Cool. So we're gonna segue right on that. Nice segue. Hold on. Let me play this video. Hold on.
Never stood up for her wife in 30 years. Get away from me. I didn't tell you. You want to be with your fucking daughter for an hour? Go be with her. I don't want to be with a pussy. A pussy who never, ever stands up for his wife. 30 years you don't see them with a fucking pussy.
Hey, low key, the way he's holding that bag, I mean, I understand why he ain't standing up for her. She supposed to stand up for him, apparently.
I'm gonna push back.
Go ahead.
So they say some guys check out. If you know like you're with a certain woman and they're gonna be noise, it says it's easy for a guy not to say anything and you make her believe that whatever she believes.
He doesn't hear a thing that's coming
exactly. Out. He ain't hear nothing she said.
Like, he's already on the couch. The game is finna start, and he's just like, "Listen, I just got to make it to 1 o'clock." That's
exactly.
It. Yeah,
I gotta make it home. Make it home. I ain't trying to get arrested right now.
Exactly, and that's all it is. It says so. Ladies feel just she call him all the name in the book. Long as you don't touch me, and I can make it home to see my damn game.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's it. The crazy thing is she knows he ain't gonna.
Yeah. Some ladies are like that, and they will yell, scream, do all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? To get a reaction. It's like some of them want to be shake up, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is, you're like, yo, we in America. It's 2026. I ain't going to jail. You can call me whatever you want.
That's definitely.
I'm gonna make it home. I'm gonna make sure I see my daughters graduate. Because she's like, yo, you could go spend time with your daughter. You spend time with her, blah, blah, blah. You ain't never stand up for me. What you supposed to do? In public, calling him, out of his name.
Like yelling, too. Like yelling.
Yeah, that's
she's a little ticked off, but
that's what they say. It's cheaper to keep her. Once the daughter's going, my boy, he going to Cancun. He out of it.
At some point, he gonna snap, and she gonna find out.
Nah, that's a waste of time. He out of there. As it comes to, he gone.
You think so?
Yeah, but you can see her frustration, man. Her frustration, man. Yo, she pretty much cheating.
That's total disrespect, man. A man want respect regardless. You know what I mean? It could lead a 3 different ways. Either he loves her that much that he's willing to take it. He's gonna step out and do something else,
I'm gonna push back for real.
Huh?
I don't think she's necessarily cheating on him.
No,
No, I said
I'm
she
saying,
might as
but
well be. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
I'm
because
saying
I think some guys like that stuff.
some do. You're absolutely right. Or some guys can handle that type of stuff.
Yeah, like that ain't the first time that's happened. He don't even look like surprised.
Yeah, it's just a Tuesday for him.
Just a regular Tuesday.
Yeah.
Just
But
chilling.
I think
He got the bags and he's just in his own world. He don't care. He's not even being bothered.
Yeah.
I think that speaks to the matriarchy, because she clearly wear the pants in that house.
Not necessarily.
You don't think so?
No.
The way she talking to him, she make the decision. She's doing everything. All
That
she
doesn't
asks
mean
him.
that, though. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. Yo, it got dudes that don't talk and they pay all the bills, but yo, you can do whatever you want. If you want to go to school play, you want to buy them all, buy whatever.
But just because you paying for stuff don't mean you leading. That ain't leading.
And also that doesn't mean by you yelling you leading too.
No, I ain't saying that she's yelling all the time. I'm just saying it seems like the power dynamic, based on how she's talking to this man, she's the one that makes the decisions, not him.
But that's what I'm saying. It could go either way. That's why I pushed back and said it that way. Not because you're brolic and you can embarrass me in public, mean you running stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It got ladies like that. It got ladies when they out in public, that's their best time to show up.
When they're behind scenes, they're the softest.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I would agree with that too. I think he's kind of more in charge, and this is the time to show out a little bit.
Exactly, because you know when she get back in that house, ain't nobody to see.
There's a lot of people like that.
But it's definitely not a good look.
Yeah, it's not.
It's definitely not a good look. It's
Disrespect is never a good look.
Now, let me ask y'all a question. If y'all out in public and y'all see one of y'all best friends getting talked to this by from their wife or their woman, and you literally witness this, how do you feel about it?
And you're gonna definitely think to yourself, like, damn, you allow that? You're not even going, because there's definitely.
Would you say something to them?
No, not right then and there. You just put gas on the fire if you do that. You gonna get that. You gonna put a battery in that man back. He go act crazy.
Are we recording it?
Hell no.
That's the new generation.
I know where you're coming from, P.
You cutting them off.
What?
That's the new generation. Somebody gonna record it.
Hell yeah, somebody got to record it.
Somebody.
But it don't gotta be you.
Nah, it ain't gonna be me.
That ain't a real friend, man. You embarrassing that boy.
Got a friend in me.
So what I was gonna say, I think the younger me, I would have been instigating that shit. The younger me. But now that I learned, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, if it's a marriage, you don't step in. I had to learn that, you know what I'm saying? But when I was younger, I didn't care. Like, yeah, you gonna let your wife talk to you? Man, you better do something. But now it's like, I kind of get it. It's like, yo, might as well let her talk.
Drink your water and mind your business.
Yeah, keep it pushing.
Yeah. But I definitely feel different about that person every time I see him after that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel no way because I know the possibilities of that person being soft at home and loud in public. I just know that possibility. You know, the dynamics I really don't know.
Especially if somebody who's always hardcore popping mess.
Yeah, they're soft. They're soft.
They're
real soft inside.
Yeah.
For sure.
30 years? 30 years? All right, let's roll into the next clip. Here we go.
Today at work, we had a Zoom meeting on camera. It was like 20, 30 people in the meeting. And there's this white lady who always trying to be my friend at work. She was like, right, Kiana? Like, clock it. And I was like, oh, excuse me. I said, but I don't know what you mean. Do you mean like clock it? Like how long we've been in the meeting? Or are you asking what time it is? And what does this mean? I'm confused. And everybody in the meeting was just looking at her like, what does that mean? I was the only black person in the meeting.
So I play this clip because, well, let me go about a different way. What do you think she means by that? Do you guys understand the new lingo or no?
So I think that's like a with a I'm trying to explain it. It's like instead of like clapping, they kind of do smooches things, something like that.
It's off the internet. A lot of people on the internet, they learn different things, and it spreads like wildfire.
Yeah,
that's how they assume, because she was a person of color. That's how she would talk or understand, or you know. And that's the internet, man. That's the way it is. You see how fast 6-7 spread it, or anything that's trending, it spread fast because of the internet.
Yeah.
All right, so that's good. We got the definitions and the terminology. Do you think what she did was right?
Absolutely. There's a time and a place, and you can't just assume because I'm black that I'm about to do all of that in a professional setting. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Listen, man, we in 2026, man. Clock it. Clock it. Whenever
outside of work, off the clock, sure.
We could be at the courthouse. Clock it. Clock it.
No, that's not kosher, sir. It's not kosher.
Why not?
I think what I was gonna say was, when I seen this clip, right, I could see how she felt singled out, but the way how she laid it out, because she said she was the only person of color on this Zoom call, and you know, when people do that, I can see how it looked awkward, because it puts you in a position where you either gotta play to it or kind of ignore it.
Yeah.
But I think it was messed up, though. I think it was messed up. I don't think she meant anything by it, but still, it still make her look, because if you play into it, it kind of shows that in some ways that you're ghetto.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, at the people job. Yeah.
So, but you got to know how to pull it off, because when you're working in corporate America or certain things, you could do some of that and not look ghetto.
Hey, hold up. There is stuff that palm people do that's also ghetto. They do in public.
Like?
I'm not gonna get into the specifics.
Oh no, you're not gonna mention the palm color people and then not. Come on, say it.
I don't. That's really something that's ghetto, because it's something like you could say is trendy.
Like,
it's not just.
You got to describe. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we don't know. You got to come on, elaborate.
Ghetto is triggering low class. You know,
gentlemen.
Come on, Pete. Elaborate. Don't be afraid. Say it.
It's kind of giving, like you say, ghetto. When you think of ghetto, you're thinking dirty. You're thinking uneducated. You're thinking not smart. You're thinking trashy. You know what I'm saying?
I think. What are they doing, sir? Come on.
No, they have their little stuff they do, whether it's
like
dances. I don't know it's specific.
At work,
but I'm just saying, I don't think that this is necessarily a ghetto like thing. I've heard different colors and different nationalities do it. I think it's more like a okay, like for instance, you remember the show Mean Girls?
Yeah.
That's something I could see those types of women doing, where it's a specific type of people that's either you know what that mean or you don't. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more of a style. You know, it's not meant to be low class. At least that's how I look at it. It's just something. It's just like this whole 6'7" thing. Is that ghetto?
Yeah.
You think that's ghetto?
Yeah. Yeah.
How could that be ghetto when I see kids in Korea doing it?
Okay, they're just them.
Because it's a black culture thing.
Exactly. They just
why can't it just be a cultural thing and not a ghetto thing?
If it didn't start with us, then it wouldn't be quote unquote. When
So
other
are
people
you okay with it being considered ghetto?
clacking, yeah, I am, because I don't like it.
So let me pull back to 7. 7 is not a black culture thing, but it's a culture. It's an American culture, right?
Right.
Let's make it American culture. But clock it is black culture. I'll say clock it is black culture.
Right, but I'm not disagreeing with it. What I'm saying is, I don't think it's ghetto.
It is.
No.
They're not saying P, clock it. Clacking.
Well, that's how
That
she did it, but I could just be like, yo, night. Clock it.
Clock it.
Clock.
Clock it.
We just altered it already.
Yeah, okay, but they ain't doing it like that.
But
if
I'm
they were
just
doing
saying,
it like
I don't
that, it
think it's
wouldn't be.
ghetto. I think it's something that's trending, and some people love it. You may not like to clock it, but
And it's also a feminine thing. It's
Thank
mainly
you.
for ladies.
Right.
Thank you.
Or the lady boys.
Bati boy.
Lady boy. No.
Oh,
Bati
it said it
boy.
comes. Oh, so I probably might be wrong. So I put it in the chat GBT, and I don't know because I know I heard it in that dude Shamar clock it. So that's where I heard it from, but I don't know if ChatGPT got it because it says it comes from British slang, especially London street English. So that I don't know that they probably might have a different terminology, but
that do sound British.
No, it don't, Brad.
That do sound British.
Cloaky. No, it don't sound British, bro.
Clock it,
No,
babe.
No, bro.
Yes.
So
No,
this is how they use it. I clocked that he was lying, meaning I noticed he was lying. So it probably is a British terminology. So I could be wrong, but they say clocking, not clock it.
Clocking.
Yeah.
Right. So
but that's the old terminology. I remember growing up, we used to say stuff like that. Yo, I clock he was lying. So we used to say that in Trinidad once in a while. So
and that is a descendant of Britain.
Yeah, so I get that, but the clock it, because I remember it's like, yo, I clock it, he was lying. But they'd be like, clock it, meaning, hey, the tea, the news, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know where it comes from.
They gentrified it, bruv.
He said
it came across the pond and then the black people started clocking. They ghettoed it.
What? I gotta see really where it come from, yo.
You don't want to know, bro.
But yeah, I won't say that in a public setting. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm playing around with people that understand what it means. You know what I'm trying to say? But
yeah,
I'm not gonna be like, yeah, clock. And it's a feminine thing too.
It's quite obviously that she didn't understand what it meant because she was highly upset.
Yeah, she was.
But I think
because it makes her look ghetto. It makes her look ghetto.
She played her to save face, and she did the right thing.
Yep.
I don't.
You in a professional
I don't
setting.
Think so, because not everybody in the chat thinks she a bitch. Everybody on that Zoom call.
Because she's being a professional African American.
No, she could have turned it around.
Turn what? How?
Well, I wonder if the woman. She never said if the woman told her what it actually meant because she asked.
She was made to look stupid on the Zoom call.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is she asked the woman what that meant.
By defining it on said Zoom call, you look stupider.
Yeah.
Whether you say it's you know what I'm doing, or are you talking about the time? If you use either one, you look stupid.
Right. That's what I'm saying. She could have meant the time because she didn't really clarify what it was.
So Pete, and what he's trying to allude to is the fact that by putting it back on her, she needs to describe what it is.
Oh, I know.
But she don't know. So since I don't know, I'm that awkward black person that's out of the loop.
So she's just saying it to her because she heard somebody else say it.
Exactly. She heard Keisha and Latricia saying it.
The British too, right?
Yes, over in HR, yes. They were saying clock it, yes. It's a personal problem at this point, Brev.
It is. It is a personal problem.
All right, so let's switch this one, right? So I got this one for you. There we go. Let's pull this one up.
You guys, the amount of lesbians in my DMs trying to convert me after that basketball picture.
What?
I wish I could. I love this for us. I love that you want me to be part of this. It's just not in me. I got the look. She's got the look. But I don't have the passion. I don't have the ability that you'd want me to have. I love you though. Gotta go.
Ew. I don't want her neither.
The question when I seen this, right? I understand. So it's a picture, and she said a whole bunch of people from alternative lifestyle is hitting her up. So she's not into that lifestyle. But I thought it was weird that, like, I'm gonna push back a little bit. It's like, why would you then get on the internet and say she wish she could, but that is not of her? And I think she said like the capacity or whatever to be that. You get what I'm trying to say?
She ain't say nothing wrong. The lesbian's got her feeling herself.
Yep.
She got a battery in her back. Is ooh, damn, they want me. Like, listen, thank you, but no thank you.
So let me flip that. Hold on, P. Let me flip that. If a whole bunch of gay dudes come in the chat and said the same thing, you would not feel the same.
Sir. What are we talking? Pause. What are we talking about?
So that's what I'm saying. She said a whole bunch of lesbians.
Yeah. Lesbians.
Right? You said that was okay.
Yeah, for her. Because she's not attractive anyway. Yeah.
Now, if you flip it on the side for a guy that's heterosexual, it would not be okay.
You know what? Let me push back. I'm firm in my sexuality, sir. If they was feeling me in the chat, if any lesbians or any Batiban in the chat, they think I'm handsome.
Lady boy,
feel
so
me?
You push me.
Pete the beard, you feel me? You feel me? Listen, I'm married, but I appreciate, that y'all like what y'all see, you feel me? But I don't swing that way, you heard? It's like that. I'm firm in my sexuality, 12. You want to compliment me? Compliment, you feel me?
I respect that. What's your thoughts on this one, P?
I tell you what, man, get some of that Diddy juice.
Whoa, what the hell?
You all right. You be all right. Listen, man. Every emotion will be felt and touched. You'll be all right. Yeah,
what?
Of course.
Yeah,
listen.
Felt and
she's already in there. She is at the point right now where she's contemplating answering some of these calls.
That she should.
She is, especially if seems like she's single.
She's an unattractive white single woman.
It doesn't matter about the
it do. That brightens up.
There's somebody out there for everybody, and if it ain't somebody out there for everybody, somebody will try it. Just to make sure that
that's how prostitution started. What are we talking about?
No, prostitution started when money is exchanged.
And she not beautiful, so she has to pay.
No.
I ain't seen no ring on her hand. I definitely didn't. I ain't had no kids in the background.
Listen, man.
Nobody just gonna go out there and just be like, here, take it.
She can get some just on a pity.
From who?
A lot of.
So
her DMs is full.
P. So P. I agree. P. I agree with Brandon. Brandon. You gotta understand, right? There's only a certain percent. It's like I don't know the exact amount. I think they break it down like 40 to 40, around 40% of the men is having intercourse with probably 80% of the women.
Yeah.
So it got that other.
It's about that. Maybe even lower.
Yeah. So it's like this. It got some dudes that ain't never touched nothing. So if you put something in front of them, they gonna try.
Yeah. Wait. When we saying something, clarify, sir.
We're talking about ladies.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I'm talking about the lady. So like that lady that you just said. All right, I was speaking a little bit West Indian. So if you put a lady in front of him, right? He's more inclined to do what he needs to do.
Behind closed doors, nothing matters. When the lights is off, nothing matters.
Hell yeah, that shit matters.
Not with that.
And then here's the thing, right? You remember we did an episode back when the lady talked about she is leaving lesbianism and now
yeah.
And she talked about the culture and how this stuff is. Once she get one, she's going through the whole crew. It's like 15, 20 of them. It's like, so when she gets out on the other end, you know what I'm saying? She's either in too deep or she gonna run for her life.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Because like she said, her DMs are full. They're full. And they get invited to these little parties. And like I said, I got the Diddy juice waiting. And you wake up the next day because you feeling nice.
You though?
Yeah. You know what? You know why? You know why? Because they always come back.
Pause?
Second and thirds.
That sounds like you're going to be sore.
No. Sometimes you're just watching. Yeah.
You mean like a voyeur?
Why not?
That's the nice word.
If the room's big enough.
A pervert?
Yeah. Sometimes people just want to watch. Yeah, but I think she is on the cusp of joining one of these events. Because the fact that
how you describe everything.
Right. She's bringing it to the internet for some type of gratification.
Yeah.
Of why she should try this. And somebody you send 1,000 messages, somebody gonna answer one. You send 2,000, you may get 3 answers.
And that's why I was saying it's like this. It's the opposite is true for the male side. Because a guy won't get on the internet and be like, oh, a whole bunch of dudes just DM me and blah, blah, blah. And he said, I'm inclined, but I don't have the capacity. A guy is automatically like, that nigga gone. That nigga gone. He gone. You know what I'm saying? So
and then too, it's all about if you in the right crowd, if you're around the right situation and the right people, things work out awesome. If we all agree on a certain thing, it's going to happen much faster and it's going to happen smooth. And like I said, it's going to be 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 times down the road. It's going to happen. So when you link up with a certain type of people, that's bound to happen. And I don't think looks come into a lot of it. You know, it's more like, yo, we into the same thing. Let's hang out. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I was trying to say, because just by saying that, people gonna reach out because she just said, hey, I'm thinking about it, but that's not me. So people gonna come in with that incentive of like, oh, hey, well, we could just go chill, or you know what I'm saying? Because think about it, why would you look at a picture to bolster these opinions? You know what I'm trying to say? If you know who you are, you strong, you confident in what it is. So, ain't nobody sending me like a whole bunch of comments gonna change my view.
Hey, look at Brandon's face. Let me ask you something, Brandon.
Yeah.
If dudes come into your DMs, right? They sliding into your DMs. We talking about lady boys. We talking about whatever, and they trying to get at you, right? You come on the internet and tell us.
Yeah.
You would tell us that they trying to get at you. Or
absolutely.
Like, oh,
I would say it on a Tuesday or a Thursday at 9 p.m. when y'all tuning in to Late Night Live, scan that code. We could talk about it, you feel me? And, you know, we could discuss it, you know, how it make me feel, you feel me? Pause.
I like that. That's a true answer. That's a true answer because he gonna tell you why the hell y'all in my DMs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But would you come on the internet? You know, it's just like I said.
I'm gonna be right here. Like,
hey,
yo, P12. You know how many people hit me up talking about they want to do X, Y, and Z? I don't swing that way though.
Yeah, I was wanting to see how you gonna do it from the back.
No, that's nasty.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you gotta take one for the team.
Who?
Nah, we ain't taking nothing for no goddamn.
Who?
Boy,
that lady boy.
What? See, you know what? Now I'm gonna have to try something out, Lord. And by that I mean, you know, listen, people in the comments. If you want to hit me up, I think next Thursday I'm gonna put my Cash App down there. You feel me? If you want to reach
You can
out,
put it up
you
right
know,
now. Tell me I'll put it up now.
no. We're gonna do an experiment. So, you know, men, women, lady, boys. You feel me? You feeling froggy? You know, but the cash app comes first. You feel me?
All right, so let's transition. Right, so this one was a I ain't gonna lead it in. I'm gonna just do it.
Hey everyone, I guess I should finally speak on this because I'm the stepdaughter. The one whose stepfather refused to pay for my wedding because I wanted my actual father to walk me down the aisle. Let me start with this. I know people in the comments think I'm ungrateful or spoiled or whatever, but this is my father. Flawed, yes. Inconsistent, yes. But he's still my father, and no one can ever replace that. Life is short, and I didn't want to look back on my wedding day and regret not us both being there. And no one can ever replace that. Life is short. Life is short, and I didn't want to look back at my wedding day and regret not giving both of us that moment. My husband actually said it first. Babe, your real dad should walk you down the aisle, and that hit me. Like, yeah, he should. For everything he didn't do, that's still my dad. That's still the man whose DNA I carry. And one moment doesn't erase the damage, but it does mean something to me. And yes, I did tell my stepfather he could walk me down the aisle. I'm not gonna lie. I did say that. And at the time, it felt right. He's been there for me for years. School, rides, money, everything. He was stable when my dad wasn't. So yeah, I said it. But after talking with my fiance, I realized I wanted something different. And I should have told my stepdad. Yes, I should have pulled him aside. But I didn't know how to say it without hurting him. So it slipped out at the dinner table. And yeah, that was wrong. I'm gonna take the blame for that. But I'm not apologizing for wanting my real father to be there at my wedding. And everyone keeps talking about it. Like, everybody keeps talking about the money like I was trying to use him, but I wasn't. I swear I wasn't. I'm just used to him being there. He's never told me no. He paid for school, my car, everything I needed. So was I wrong for thinking that he'd help with the wedding too? He's always helped me. I thought that he wanted.
You muted.
So that clip goes on for the next minute, right?
Oh my God!
You got to keep playing it. You got to.
You want to go all the way to the end?
You have to. You have to.
Man,
you gotta let it because you miss. You're gonna get her full. Yeah, keep running it. Keep running it.
And she done pissed me off already. But go ahead.
All right, we're gonna start over.
Oh, it's gonna start over.
Yeah.
Yeah, because.
Hey everyone, I guess I should finally speak on this because I'm the stepdaughter. The one whose stepfather refused to pay for my wedding because I wanted my actual father to walk me down the aisle. Let me start with this. I know people in the comments think I'm ungrateful or spoiled or whatever, but this is my father. Flawed, yes. Inconsistent, yes. But he's still my father, and no one can ever replace that. Life is short, and I didn't want to look back on my wedding day and regret not us both being there. And no one can ever replace that. Life is short, and I didn't want to look back at my wedding day and regret not giving both of us that moment. My husband actually said it first. Babe, your real dad should walk you down the aisle, and that hit me. Like, yeah, he should. For everything he didn't do, that's still my dad. That's still the man whose DNA I carry. And one moment doesn't erase the damage, but it does mean something to me. And yes, I did tell my stepfather he could walk me down the aisle. I'm not gonna lie. I did say that. And at the time, it felt right. He's been there for me for years. School, rides, money, everything. He was stable when my dad wasn't. So yeah, I said it. But after talking with my fiance, I realized I wanted something different. And I should have told my stepdad. Yes, I should have pulled him aside. But I didn't know how to say it without hurting him. So it slipped out at the dinner table. And yeah, that was wrong. I'm gonna take the blame for that. But I'm not apologizing for wanting my real father to be there at my wedding. And everyone keeps talking about it. Like, everybody keeps talking about the money like I was trying to use him, but I wasn't.
I swear I wasn't. I'm just used to him being there. He's never told me no. He paid for school, my car, everything I needed. So was I wrong for thinking that he'd help with the wedding too? He's always helped me. I thought that he wanted to. I wasn't thinking about money. I was thinking about my wedding and how I dreamed that it would look. And that's on me. I should have thought deeper, and I should have seen how it made him feel, but I wasn't trying to use him. And breaking up with my mom over it, I don't understand that part. My mom didn't pressure me. She didn't force anything, any of this. She helped me plan. She supported me. How was she supposed to tell me not to invite my father, even though that's what I wanted? She just wanted me to be happy, her daughter. I'm not trying to bash him. I just wanted to come online and give my side. I love my stepfather, I really do. But I love my father too, even with all his mistakes. And on my wedding day, I chose what my heart would want. And if that makes me wrong, then okay. But I'm not finna apologize for wanting my dad to walk me down the aisle. That's it, and that's all. Okay, y'all, that's all I really wanted to say, and I hope that clears up everything, that I was not using my dad. I was not using my stepdad. I just wanted my real dad to have a moment with me. Okay, bye, guys.
Look at the wording. Look at the wording for everything. My real dad.
Yeah.
He wasn't consistent.
Like entitlement.
It was just way too much of it. Oh, I wasn't trying to use him. Yeah, but that's what it ended up being. Oh, he's never told me. No, I didn't expect. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
No appreciation whatsoever. It's just you was there, you filled the role, but you're not my real dad. Insane. Insane.
And that's what gets me, the way she tells you all the stuff he did for her while her dad was never around.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then the fact that she didn't have the guts to tell him she changed what she wanted to do, right there alone was like, because she was going to just let the day happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if this dude raised you and did all that for you, paid for all that stuff, and you can't sit down and have a conversation with him to say, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing, or this is what I want to do, I think he would have took it differently. But the fact that they all spoke about it, didn't talk to him about it at all, when he funded the whole goddamn thing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't care about
everything he's given her up to that point, because she talks about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like, oh, she got some Snickers and some Doritos or something. No, she got some expensive stuff. You know what I mean?
So the first part of this video came out about a year ago.
Okay.
So the father came out and he was saying, yo, am I wrong? Or whoever thing for, you know, paying. I think he paid a lot of money. It was like, yo, probably like 40K or something like that.
You know, weddings ain't cheap.
43,
something like that. He paid a lot of money. And you know what I'm saying? Then the daughter said she wanted the real father to walk down the aisle after he kind of planned everything. In some ways, you want me to be honest, I don't think this video to me doesn't feel real. You know what I'm saying?
But didn't the father respond?
Well, the father responded first, but to me, I think it doesn't seem real, yo. I don't think this video seemed real to me, because she's too much. It's like this: if your father was never there, why would you then get on the internet now start saying, "Oh, my father this, my father that"? Because if you don't know your father before the wedding, in some cases, you're not going to now start giving praise. Well, because you're getting married.
That's what happened. Because if you look at it, the fiance is the one that talked her into it. So the fiance is also newly coming into the family. You know what I mean? So he doesn't even really know what her stepfather did for her. She might have said it, but he's the one that suggested, like, yo, I think your real dad should do that.
That's what it sounds like. But she went full with it.
Exactly. She followed him on it when it's kind of a slap in the face.
Exactly.
Not kind of. It is.
Like even on his part, it shows how dirty he is. Because if I'm gonna marry a woman and she tells me this man took care of me my whole life, he did all this stuff, and my dad's a deadbeat, he was never around, I'm never gonna say, hey, babe, I think you're no, this has been your dad. You told me that. So why would he step over? Because if you ask me, that's disrespect too.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And then to find out that he paid for everything, you know what I'm saying? And then to hide it from him. You know, I'm not even saying it comes like he finds out on a bad dinner, it seems like. You know, which I'm sure he was paying for too.
Yep.
But
he paid $43,000 to learn a lot, like a hard lesson, man.
She wrong, and you could hear the entitlement in her voice, the way she's speaking. You know, it's my day. I can do it. It doesn't happen unless he did. Now, here's the thing: if she came out and told them from the jump that she wanted her real daddy to walk her down the aisle, do you think he still would have paid for the wedding?
No,
absolutely not.
Let him pay.
So just like, and this is, if you listen, this is kind of a response to the mail she was getting. You could kind of tell what they were saying, and they always saying, hey, I think you're using him for his money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think do you have the clip with the father?
No, I don't have it.
I think when the clip with the father, he talks about a vacation that was planned for the honeymoon, which included the husband's family. Well, that's just going to be married, and they all going to take like some big family trip, and it was a lot of money. I'm talking like $75,000 or something like that. It was an insane number, which was different from the wedding he paid for, which was $43,000 or something like that. So brother got money, you know what I'm saying? And it's a brother too. But
it sounds like love though. He loved this young lady.
Well, he was
to be doing
also
all of this.
he was also engaged to her mother.
Wait, they weren't married?
No, they weren't.
Oh.
But yeah, I know he talks about in the video too, but the fact that he would do this for his stepdaughter tells you how much he felt about their relationship. You know what I'm saying? Him and the mother was engaged to be married as well. And like she said, he ended up breaking up with her. They ended up separating after this whole thing went down.
Yeah, that would break up our family.
Yeah, he just felt disgusted about it, and he just kind of walked away, which I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. I wouldn't want to see you as my
One thing I
stepbrother.
don't know is how much time did he put into the family? At what age was she when he became the stepfather? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that age is.
Yeah, because paying for school, how far does she go? You know?
Exactly. And it's crazy that she doesn't understand what she did. She still doesn't believe anything was wrong on her behalf.
She don't care. It was what she wanted, so it don't matter what anybody else think, and that's crazy.
Like she never once really talked about how it made him feel. You know what I'm saying? She goes, oh, and I still love him. I still this and that. But she never say, oh, I love my dad, and I apologize to him because he was feeling this way. And when you hear her talk, she's just like, yo, he just showed up and helped me when I needed help. That's all. Now we could move on. I got my daddy here. He only here for 2 days, but I got him here today. You know what I'm saying? And I don't blame him.
All right, I could pull up the what you call it,
because I don't think the wedding had went down.
I think he canceled it.
I think, he pulled all his funding, but I don't know if they still went ahead and got married. You know what I'm saying? But
maybe her real dad helped her out.
Yeah.
All right, I got the video. Let me hit play.
All right.
Because her real daddy is the one that's gonna walk her down the aisle. So let me tell you guys about my stepdaughter, all right? She wants her real daddy to walk her down the aisle. Now let me give you a little backstory on me and my stepdaughter. She just graduated from university, which I paid for. Now, She went to an in-state university, but it still cost me about $40,000. Now, I also bought her a car. I bought her a car straight after high school. That way she could go back and forth to school. I bought her a car. She still lives with me and her mother. She does not have a job. Now, she's set to be married on August the 8th. And for the past 6 months, that's all her mother been talking about doing, being occupied with, being consumed most of their time. Now, her daddy, he don't contribute to not 1 cent on her. Not her education, not child support, which is partly her mother's fault because, you know, she didn't fight for that. And that, I guess that's just what the settlement was. And he only around to make promises. I do that for you, I do this for you, and then take off. And then she'd be heartbroken. But she adores her father, right? So, like I said, she's set to be married in August. And the wedding venue, I told them they can have it in my home. The wedding venue can hold about 250 people, right? Now I said, hey, I got a list of 20 people that I want to come to the wedding. I'm paying for this at my house. I want these 20 people to come. Do y'all know Saturday, I see one of my friends at the golf course, right? He's supposed to come to the wedding. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna see you at the wedding, right? He said, I only got an announcement. I didn't get an invite. I'm like, nah. I'll let my girlfriend and stepdaughter know to send out the invitations on these few people, and you're supposed to get an invite. He said, I got something, but it was an announcement. So we walked to his car because I want to check, right? And sure enough, it was an announcement. So I went and talked to my girlfriend and said, did you invite those 20 people to the wedding that I told you about? Man, she didn't invite none of them. She said 250 people was a little tight, and I don't think we can get your 20 people in there. Man, I was pissed. And the people that were supposed to come, they pissed as well. Then she's gonna say if any of the people that we already invited don't RSVP, then we'll get some of your people in here. I'm like, what? Man, that's crazy, man. Don't even worry about it, man. I'll just be mad. All right. So now, the crazy part about it is when I check the invitations, they don't even have my name on them. They have her real daddy and her on the invitations that I paid for. I paid for these invitations. How you got a real daddy on there, her mama on there? Cool. Couple days later, I'm hosting the venue at my house, hosting the wedding family at my house, okay? It's me, stepdaughter, girlfriend, groom, and their parents, right? Trying to help everybody get real acquainted. Then a surprise guest shows up, my stepdaughter's real daddy. And I'm like, you know what? You know.
They cut off there.
It's all right. We know enough. So is the apple don't far from the tree?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of talks more about all the stuff he was doing. So he was there before, or maybe during high school.
During high school, yeah.
You know, and $40,000 for college. He didn't get into the part with the what he paid for the wedding. I think it goes on further.
Yeah, it goes on where he paid like.
I think it's like $40,000 for the wedding. Like I said, $43,000 or something like that.
God damn it, your house though.
But just like he's saying there, you know, yo, I'm paying $40,000 for this wedding. I want 20 people to come. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And when I got married, it was the same thing. My parents invited people. I had no idea who they were. Or she said, I need these people coming, and they, you know what I'm saying? So I understand that. But to be paying that much money and not invite not one person he asked, that's another
disrespectful. Disrespectful.
Yeah, she never respected that guy.
I know. And how the daughter talked about, oh, I don't know why he left my mom, whatever, because of me. She was involved too, because she was told, hey, I need these people at the wedding. And you specifically did not invite him, not even one out of the 20. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then to tell him, if people don't RSVP back, then they could get on the list. That's even worse. You know what I'm saying? To even for that to even come out your mouth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? At that point, I would have just started canceling stuff. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
My grandmother used to say it, the late invitations for the dogs.
All right. Any closing thoughts on that one?
Send somebody an announcement when you don't plan on inviting them to the wedding.
Yeah, what's the point?
Like, that's even worse too. Like, you're gonna send me an announcement, but you're gonna be like, yo, That's crazy, right?
It is. As a final thought, I would just say, be careful who you raising, whether it's your own child, stepchild, whatever. Be careful, because these people will show you who they are, but you got to believe them. They definitely showed this man.
Yeah. All right, let's roll into this clip right here.
This morning, a Gainesville, Georgia community is mourning the tragic death of a beloved teacher after a high school prank gone wrong. Police say 5 teenagers went to Jason Hughes' house around 11:30 Friday night to throw toilet paper at his trees. According to the sheriff's office, when Hughes, a math teacher at North Hall High School, came outside, the students, all 18 years old, tried to flee in 2 vehicles. Authorities say Hughes tripped and fell into the roadway, and one of the drivers, Jaden Wallace, ran him over. Police say Wallace and his friends, seen here in mugshots obtained by ABC affiliate WSB, tried to render aid to the teacher, but the 40-year-old later died at the hospital.
He was a great guy, God-fearing man. He would do anything. He'd take the shirt off his back and give it to you.
Wallace is now charged with first-degree vehicular homicide and reckless driving and could serve up to 15 years behind bars. Police have charged all 5 teenagers with criminal trespassing and littering on private property.
That the family wants to make really clear is that they knew these kids, that they loved them, and these kids loved the Hugheses. This was not a malicious act.
The Hughes family telling our team Jason knew these students were coming to his house and was excited to catch them during the prank. His family says this was a tragic accident and they fully support dropping the criminal charges against all the teenagers.
And the victim's wife, Laura, is also a teacher at the same high school. In a statement to ABC News, the family says, quote, "We are thankful for the outpouring of prayers and support as we grieve the loss of Jason. We ask that you continue to pray for our family and also for the students involved in the accident along with their families. Please join us in extending grace and mercy to them as Christ has done for us."
What's your thoughts on this, guys?
Yeah, I saw some of this earlier in the week. It's definitely a sad situation, you know. He was part of the prank too. He knew they were coming, you know, he was excited, and accidents happen, you know. The fact that the family wants to drop the charges against the kids, you know, I want to see how that play out. Because at this point, it's up to the prosecutors to prosecute the case, right? Right?
I didn't look into the prosecution part. I just brought forward.
Because once a crime has been committed, they could only suggest. They can't stop it from, because they all have been charged.
Right.
You know, so it's sad. It's definitely sad. I mean, he was pretty young. You know, it seemed like they all loved him, you know.
What I was going to say was, I can never understand what is this thing with throwing damn toilet papers on tree and
TP the house. You never TP a house?
Yeah, you know how many people need to wipe their butts, bro? And you throwing it in the trees? You can't even roll it back up.
Nah, it's like it's like high school kids prank. It's something that they've been doing.
I ain't never did that in high school.
That's what I was gonna say.
You know why?
Never.
You know why?
Mama,
because y'all live in the ghetto.
Wait, what?
Yo, we couldn't go take our mama goddamn toilet paper, go throw it.
Exactly.
Get our ass beat.
All right, so he was raised right. What's the problem?
You can't even go take the dollar store one and use that joint. He won't make it.
You talking about the one ply? Somebody using it.
He ain't gonna make it.
But you see this, let me tell you, since I've been a little kid, and I always hear about this prank, even going back to the Future. I think it was Back to the Future or one of those TV series where they were pranking the pranking the teacher or pranking someone, and they threw toilet paper. It's one of those big show, and I never got that. But guess what? You hear every summer or like this around this time, springtime, somebody get hurt by going to throw toilet paper on a tree at some friend's house, somebody they don't like, some sort of hazing, bullying, somebody get hurt. I've seen that almost every year. It makes the news. Somebody goes to do a prank with toilet paper, end up hurt, shot, killed, dead.
I'm really trying to understand what was he doing to have come out the house and tripped in a place where you could get hit by a vehicle.
Well, it could happen. It could happen. I seen that. I seen people get hit by truck. They be walking on sidewalk, trip, bang. You know what I'm saying? So anything could happen, yo. You could be running, your shoes could get, you could hit a stub, the sidewalk, whatever. You could trip while the person trying to pull off. You remember, they're trying to get away. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? He's probably applying some pressure. Probably got ran over.
He did get run over.
Yeah.
People, if y'all want to come TP my house, I'm just gonna stand on the porch and watch you do it.
Yeah.
What else am I gonna do? I ain't cleaning it up, but I ain't about to run after you.
I mean, you get a couple of good rainfalls, it's gonna disintegrate a little bit. But
no, so so y'all looking at it the easy route. That's it ain't how you getting it down, yo.
I know that's the whole point.
It costs to clean it up.
Yeah,
it costs. That's why they do it.
You know they was throwing cottonelle, 3-ply. They wasn't throwing no 1-ply. It's gonna be there for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if they throw that thick one. Oh yeah,
with the bears in the commercial. Yeah, buddy. Ooh, that widow got some butt white for a while.
Yeah. And then, what if you TP somebody else and then it snows?
Ooh. Nah, it's not gonna kill it. It should be making it wet.
Freeze right in there. It's gonna be there till the spring.
Good Lord.
So hold on, we got that. All right, cool. We got one more. We gotta do P boy Tim.
Oh,
there we go. Let's do one.
Or 10 pound 10.
I knew he's gonna say that. Hold on.
Walsh, do you believe the 70,000 strong Somali community as a whole has made a positive impact on your state?
I do.
So you'd be the opinion, fair to say, that the Somali community has successfully assimilated and is making Minnesota better?
Yeah, I believe they're on that path, okay. Yes.
I'm just curious by what metric you'd come to that conclusion. I just looked at some hard data. And do you have any idea what percentage of the native-born Minnesotans, all races, live in poverty in your state right now?
I don't have specifically.
I'll share it with you. It's 8%. For the Somali community, it's 52%. How about receiving food stamps? Same
I
thing.
don't know.
All right, I'll run it down with you. It's 7%, and then compared to 54% in the Somali community, and then don't have at least a high school diploma. For all Minnesotans, it's 5%. Somali community, it's 39%. One family member at least on Medicaid, it's 18% for Minnesota, 73% for the Somali community, and receiving welfare of some form, it's 21%. And that's 81% for the Somali community. Governor, do you happen to know what the percentage is of all those who have currently been charged in this staggering social services fraud scheme were native-born Minnesotans? What percentage?
I do not have that.
I think it was 85 out of 98, which comes out to 13% Minnesotan and 87% Somali Minnesotan. So I think this is an instance, perhaps, of where woke gets slapped by data. Governor, there's been billions stolen over 7+ years right under your nose, and really there's only two explanations. It's either you were in on it or you weren't smart enough to see it. It's either criminal negligence or wild incompetence. And the only way this kind of fraud can reach this scale is if there's people in power that are colluding and collaborating and willfully blinding themselves to the realities around them. And in oversight, when we do investigations, it's rare for us to have whistleblowers because they face retribution and punishment and resentment, and they can be ostracized, and it's difficult and it's uncomfortable, and sometimes it's even dangerous. So when we have having an investigation and we have even a couple of whistleblowers, it's very valuable to us because they provide invaluable insight. Do you have any idea how many whistleblowers are working from Minnesota are working with the Oversight Committee?
I do not. We have our own strong protections in the OLA, the independent.
Well, it's 30. I mean, I haven't seen that in 5+ years in Congress, 30. Governor, on September 16th, 2020.
So that was P-Boy, Tim Walsh, American Dad.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, right? For someone that was running that city that don't know those numbers, it's a little bit alarming. I can't say if it's right or wrong, but it's a little alarming. You get what I'm saying?
Why do you think he doesn't know the numbers?
Be honest, I think he probably knew.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah, I think he knows. He's just playing.
Yeah. You're like, yo, why don't you tell me what they are? He knows what they are.
Because I think the reality, that's why he resigned. So if I'm resigning, I don't got nothing to lose. I could keep the same flow and just keep denying, and that's what it is. That's all it is, because he already stepped down or whatever, and he just So I think he resigned, but that's all he's doing is just denying. Because if he admit guilt before the election, it makes it look bad. You know what I'm saying? So I think midterms coming up. Is it this year or next year?
It's usually the off year from the president. So
yeah,
I think this year? No, next year.
Next year.
So who's running the state right now?
I think he was. I think he's the governor. I don't know.
That's crazy. I didn't hear about that. I didn't know that he resigned.
Yeah, he stepped down after the
I was going to
allegations.
ask if you think he's going to make it to the end of his term.
That was a quote straight out of Casino. You was either ain't on it or you was too stupid to see what was going on in front of you.
Well, when they apply for like I know that it's been a big situation in there in Minnesota, but when they apply for these loans especially from the government, is that going to people in the state office or is coming straight from, you know what I'm saying? Like, because somebody in the government had to release all this money and allocated it. Does it go to the state and then the state allocates it the way it has to go? Or is it coming straight from, you know what I mean?
Say that one more time.
Like how did the Somalians get the money?
Well, that's what they're trying to figure out. Is somebody had to help them.
Is it state funded stuff that they were able to get?
Federal. Some of them are federal. Some of them are federal.
Right. So how did they get the federal stuff?
So I agree. I don't know. I was going to answer this. Probably Brandon could answer that question for you. But this was the question that I wanted to pose. But go ahead, Brandon. Answer, and I'll pose my question after.
I mean, look, I'm not sure myself because they mentioned so many different things. They're saying welfare, they're saying this and that. It's like, yeah, some of that is state, some of that is federal. But again, who gave the okay?
Because the number that they're talking billions.
That ain't from a state. Just
it ain't one, it ain't two, it ain't three, it ain't. It's up
past 19. They were saying 19.
Yeah,
but he doesn't. So he's not going to run again. So his term ends in 2027. So he still got like 2 more years. Even though he said he's going to step down, he's still going to run.
So he hasn't stepped down yet.
No.
Okay, that's okay. So
no,
I'm okay. I thought he had already stepped down or something.
No, he just said he's not going to run again.
You see how old he got in a few months?
Yep.
Stress will do that to you.
You can see it like, wow.
So the question I was going to pose is, how does the people that need the most help get the most money? Because you see what they were making it seem like, is like, if you look at the charts, you see the numbers, they were trying to say, oh, Minnesotans, the numbers were like in the 20s, and they need like what 6 times the help in every area. You get what I'm saying? Because most of them are like 20% and below, and everything else was like 70 to 80% up. I was like, yo, that's crazy. So majority of Minnesotan aids are going to Somalian people.
And how much of them actually need it?
Well, all of them, because what they're saying. You remember was watching that other video when they said, yo, after 10 years, they're still in the same position?
Mm-hmm.
On that note, what I wanted to add was on March 5th or 6th, around there, they ended the TPS, the same thing that they end for the Somalians. They ended the Haitian, the one for the Haitian. I didn't know Haitian one was under protected service as well. So they ended that one too.
Did they end the Cuba's one as well?
I'm not too sure. I remember that one coming across the news feed, but let me check and see.
They're gonna really start deporting Haitians back to that place, boy.
Because they were getting, that's what's like they had a protected service.
Yep, Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans.
Nicaraguan had a protected one too?
They did.
Really? I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Everybody left in the cold.
But it says right here, I was looking at this one. It says I'm on ChatGPT. It says temporary protected service did not apply to the Cubans right now. So there's no TPS ending for Cubans. What do you say, Brendan?
Well, this one was back in 2025.
Okay.
They stopped TPS for Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans.
Okay, because it says the TPS for Cubans did not exist. It says something with CHNV, parole for Cuban, and then I gotta see what is that. What is the terminology CHNV?
That's Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, Venezuelans. The humanitarian parole program.
That's the abbreviation to it?
Yeah, that's the abbreviation.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Huh.
Because I heard
parole. It was a U.S. immigration program to allow people from these 4 countries to enter into the United States legally for a temporary period. So it's not a TPS, it's more, and that's what was happening, was these people from these countries coming into America. That, you remember I was telling you about 2 years ago, yo, they were flooding America. Yeah. They were coming in, getting all these stuff. They got a place in I was going to do a video earlier this week where they let in a whole bunch of, I think I don't want to say Haitian, but a whole bunch of migrants into a brand new complex. Pete, you was talking about it. Brand new complex, right?
Yeah.
No utilities, no gas, no power, no bills, rent free for 2 years. Boy, they living it up in this brand new building, brand new apartment complex, big screen TVs, nice floors. Yo, neighborhood were mad. The people from the city mad, because if you wanted to live in that same apartment complex, $2,000 to $3,000 for the apartment.
Yeah,
you got to pay your own utilities.
Like I said, when I was doing Amazon, I ran into a lot of these communities. They're out in the middle of nowhere. So what they do is they'll build, like, say, 500 units of a nice area. They put everything in these places, and they bring these people in from these different countries, and they put them in there, give them everything they need. So they're not even interrupting your neighborhood. They create their own, because nobody even know to go look there for them.
Yep.
I mean, you just see people randomly showing up. Now you thinking, man, I wonder how can I get to live here? Not knowing the only way you can come live in that area is through the government.
Yep.
You know? But yeah, that junk is crazy, man.
But other than that, that's all we got. Let's see. We got some 1 and 2 comments on the flip. Let's see.
But the thing is, man, I don't know. Now, did they stop all the funding to Minnesota or something like that?
Yeah, that's what he did.
So
And
have they
the
resumed?
government shut down now too?
Huh?
The government shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are they gonna send any money? Are they gonna like? Because people right now, especially the ones that was getting like the food and the SNAP and all that stuff, the baby care with like the care for kids and all this stuff, everything got shut down.
Yep.
It's crazy to think that the government got that much money that could go missing and you don't even know it's missing until somebody breaks a story accidentally. You know, you just 13 billion go missing, you don't realize. You know what I mean? That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it is. Yo, so you see when Trump came in with Elon Musk and they started going back and they started cleaning their backlogs and they said they got people that's 150, 140, 100 and 200 years old receiving benefits. And I was like, yo, that's crazy, yo. But you know what I'm saying?
I believe that.
They said they had dead people on the books that was receiving money.
I could see that. I mean, we got some trifling family members out here. They'll do that. You know what I'm saying? You know, when I was in Tobago last year, I took my dad to you got to go to this place where they check to make sure you're still alive, so they don't keep sending them checks. Oh yeah, you'll go in, sign a thing, say yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
They're about 10 years back, Brandon, 10, 20 years back. So they got to go in manually and check it.
Well,
I
no,
ain't even mad at it.
Here's the thing. Just like what you're talking about ain't happening because that's what people do. They're going to just keep picking up the checks and they ain't say grandpa passed away.
This is true.
Now they actually come into the office and be like, yeah, I'm still here. It ain't weekend at Bernie's. I'm still here.
Yeah.
So
I've seen too many times where they had the grandma body in the closet getting that money for decades.
Yeah, people do it. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh man.
Because think about some of the worst people you know when it comes to stealing money. They'll take the shirt off your back if you let them. And I'm talking while it's raining and snowing, and they'll still grab it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So why would they not steal money from the government?
Sure.
Now that's what, 30 years?
What's that? Which one?
You steal money from the government. That's like a federal offense, right?
You don't even got to take that much. All you got to do is take $1.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Take $1. Boy, you're on their list. But all right, guys, we're going to land it there. We made it through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna pray. We're gonna pray for this world right now because it's
that's all we can do.
There's a lot going on. I appreciate all y'all joining us tonight. We know y'all got a lot of choices, but we appreciate y'all hanging out with us. And hopefully y'all got something from us tonight. Hopefully we gave y'all a little information, just a little bit more than you knew from last week.
Yeah.
You know.
Just make sure y'all here on Thursday. All right. Hopefully Toya and them is back, but even if they not, you can still line with us.
Yeah.
There you go. Also, one of the things I've been forgetting to say is, guys, if you got clips, you can send it to us. You know, stuff that you want us to kind of get our reaction.
Yeah,
you know,
I want to see us react to something. Where they send
it to you live and all good.
So definitely hit us up. Send those clips in. We definitely got to promote that a lot. Send in those clips in and hit the QR code if you want to join the panel. So we're out. Peace.
Till next time, y'all. Thursday, 9 o'clock. Come see us.